See with Gentlemates, the journey they've been on. This is effectively now the next step in the redemption arc for somebody like Starzo, and also further validation of this team in the form of Gentlemates. I'm so excited for this to start on Haven as well, just because it's so interesting to break down a real compositional difference here, but also two very different play styles.
Yeah, and I really want to touch on that, and I think even the desk kind of alluding to the difference on the attacking side and how we're going to see this kind of play throughout, but already Beepo willing to take those first steps, mates on the attack, and EDG will be on the defense. Kung played in well, as Beepo already down.
Martin elsewhere, trying to find a little space towards B, but then the first blood engagement firmly in control of EDG. Nobody's actually found Martin as well. Mini trying to find something into the front of sight here. Mate's already going to be called upon in terms of recovery here. Chichu getting very interested.
They've got numbers to play with and a real tone to set in my mind. As Mini's looking for opportunities. Yes, the front line of Martin's a thriller to look at, but Mini did do some incredible work. So far, though, EDG handling this very well. Starzo, that's not impossible. Nobody's really low. They're trying to stay stacked up here. Whoa.
Big 4K from Nobody here, holding down the fort. And again, look for Mace to do this. Their attacking side is all around disruption. The ability for Martin to find space elsewhere on the map, be it on the back of a TP or actually quite often lurking, inserting himself into space, because one thing mates have done fantastically well domestically is read the map.
But I think domestic is something we'll come back to throughout this series, is does it translate to stage? We saw the highs of Martin in especially 2 series, you could say. It had been a decent run from him even outside of that. But we've also seen the lows of Martin as well, and what then becomes of mates without him. Same to be said of EDG without Kung. However, we'll find out those answers throughout the series as Kung still up for a bit of a brawl and takes Martin down very low.
Yeah, that's HP. Does actually have a scope in hand though, so Martin certainly will be trying to get something done. We'll actually cycle out to Beepo here.
I like the re-clear as well.
Elsewhere, Mini hasn't made progress here, but EDG very paranoid that mates are going to sit behind this.
I'm surprised that it's taken this long to find a reaction, but I guess with that Neon, they can just kind of throw CB over there if they feel necessary. But this will be down to just Smoggy. Can he handle what's coming his way? They are only on pistols. There is going to be that outlaw with Beepo, do you remember? But Smoggy willing to posture up, man. And again, look at the garage slip as well. That's Mini trying to find a little bit of backline pressure. Isolating the fight on the C site with just 2 there now. It gets a bit dangerous. It's still way better weaponry. Still got shields. Still got, well, I was going to say util. Not too much of that left.
Kung's got to be careful. He looks like he wants to try and clear in. He's actually shut down. Mini. Starzo's found one as well.
Oh my word, is this really the answer? Back a little slow, a little behind the curve, EDG. Did you think you could hold it all yourself on that site? But still, no plant yet. Still 2 players alive. CB one of them, and Chichu the other. Overwhelmed. Gentlemates, is this how you're really going to set things off? 1-1, instantly answering back.
Said early on, pushed into recovery mode, and a round 2 flip has got to feel fantastic for Gentlemates.
And I just have to highlight that wasn't just the Martin show. The start of things, he was already taken down low by Kung, that lovely little tag at the beginning, cycling it out, really good mental work, heading towards that C site, just figuring out that next path.
Credit in that regard to Mini, who again finds himself in these sorts of positions to find impact. I wonder now if EDG was rattled a little bit by that round 2, but 3-player stack here towards C, and Gentlemates, no secrets about this on the way in.
Yeah, they're pretty direct in this one, and Starzo going to continue on. This is a very light reinvestment from EDG, so you're looking at maybe Kung doing a bit of damage, maybe with the Headhunter here, but otherwise it's a Sheriff and a Stinger, so any more would be great, but they're being really robust with this. Not going to let too many issues start to compile. Ult there for Mini as well, so that should be in the pocket if necessary going forward. Starzo, though, willing to go for a bit of a hunt here. Ooh, I think they'll try.
Confidence here in the anti-eco as well is key for me. Gentlemates not straying away from what's worked for them previously. That's what we will see coming up against a big name, big players on the other side of the scoreboard. Certainly a positive.
And I just didn't think that was going to translate so early from what we saw in EMEA. If I'm honest, I thought this could be a really big half for EDG to kind of be like, look, yeah, it's all cool that you guys did that regionally. It's not going to work here.
Well, in terms of this sort of pacing, I'm more concerned about EDG's second half. They're touching on this bar.
Entries,
Kung is going to struggle massively. They can't really keep things in check in the next few rounds here on their defensive side. Mate's now switching things up. They'll take comfortable control of A-Long immediately here.
Let's see how they work the map. And something, again, I think Sideshow was kind of alluding to was also the tempo that we've seen the mates play with, that kind of very high tempo, very fast pace, high pressure, but they can sit back into a slower pace as well, kind of really play and toy with those expectations.
Nobody's still going to invest in the drone here. Again, EDG paranoid that there is pressure behind this initial probe towards Long, but Mini and Glyph elsewhere.
Oh, lovely adaptation.
Smoggy.
Right, we saw this late pivot towards C. There wasn't the same reclear on A. Look at this. EDG are lapping this one up. So Mini once again gets to slip. He spotted Chichu for sure, but does he think about Smoggy? No. The plant's on A. They're going to be in a post plant for V5.
We'll be conscious here actually already. CB very close in the backlines here. Glyph now turning his attention, but he'll be able to slip into sewers here in a comfortable post plant setup for mates.
Let's see. Okay, Paranoia finds nothing, so still very much shouldering up on CT. Good trades from EDG, and a better follow-up from nobody. Takes away Starzo, and EDG clearing house. That was a clean as hell retake.
Credit in that regard to actually back away from A, respecting this pressure that's building towards C. EDG barely break a sweat there in the retake. Mates really forced off some of these early angles, but I'm not entirely sure how Smoggy or Chichu got this first one seemingly for free ahead of, yeah, right here onto Beepo. Maybe looking to catch somebody in the trap outside CT, but doesn't amount to anything here.
But we're seeing the strengths from both of these. Some of that, I just love seeing that experience from EDG, just calm on that retake. Even with the Paranoia finding nothing, maybe a little overstep from mates, as you said, trying to find something on that CT side. But as we go back in, full buy for both sides. A couple of ults starting to come through. Nobody has his, but Kung taking a walk. There's some of the util. Mini can be trying to at least keep some notice that there is presence here, but Kung finally forced away.
Key to remove some of that comfort from Mini as well, in terms of not allowing him to lurk around. No ping there. No ping there, Martin slipping.
This could be a hell of a way to open it up, but that wasn't clean enough, and you don't get away with stuff like that against EDG. We can mates make something of this still. 3 players on the A site. That's a lot of bodies to try and get through, and mates are having none of it. They're on the run.
We'll try and get ahead of Smoggy here in transition. Again, still a bit of a gap to close. Rotation coming through from EDG, but
Smoggy's
on site here. Smoggy's TP'd across.
He has. Hunter's Fury coming in as well. Starzo having to dip, dodge, and dive between all of this, but they're playing the cards close to the chest. CB's here as well. And that's going to give away a little bit of the game, and they're going to try and clear back sight. EDG once again having none of it, but Beepo coming alive, securing at least a plant now.
Just down to Chichu. Be a clean plant here, and he's got the camera set up as well.
Spotted him. Chichu's got to go big. It ain't going to happen. Mates with a lovely pivot there.
You get ahead of the rotation here, and initially it looks like they're going to fall short once more on the site, but Beepo finding 2 crucial kills here to guarantee the plant. Got them an advantage here in terms of numbers.
1 enemy remaining.
Goy did well there on that follow-up, didn't he?
It'll be a little frustrating again, because I'm expecting mates to clear back. So as soon as the Paranoia comes through, there's a Hunter's Fury from spawn. You've got solid information on 2 people. Nobody really oversteps the mark. Great work from Gentlemates once more. Here, Kung, tour de force in hand now. Smoggy going to feel the heat once more in the early round.
He's been put through his paces so far, hasn't he? Still got the Paranoia. Guardian is all he's got to play with, and they are close in that smoke. Looks like it's going to be a burst towards backside. He is going to be caught in that stun, though. Smoggy, do you get to live? Do you get to keep your life? CB is going to be trying to fight for you. Mates just scaling up a little carefully here, but backside is no longer safe.
Chichu's stacked up, though. I'll sit and wait this one now. That's just shocked off. Gonna land onto Smoggy.
Okay, the captain making it look casual as mates handling EDG so easily.
Another situation where they're catching players in rotation. EDG just throw bodies towards site. Mini capitalizes once more from Garage, and mates call the freeze.
God, and look at the paranoia in Chichu's head. He's like, well, they're not here. They're not gone for the plant. Have they slipped Garage? Are they trying B? Okay, I've seen him again, but now I can't do much to deny this. Nice pickup on a kill, but the trade comes in instantaneous. So going to spread the wealth and try and get Martin ready with that ult as soon as possible. Kung Kung, once upon a time, I'd be paying attention now. I'd be like, well, there is a chance. There's a reason this man will always command our attention. I've seen things on this site. But right now, need a miracle.
Recon will go up. Stall Kung Kung a little further.
Nice
now with the
touch.
star gun up. Yeah, there's no way he's digging all three out here.
He might get one, maybe a second if the gods are favorable, but Kung Kung, he knows the win cons are just not there, mate. Mike, it's that slip from Mini. It's that really diligent, clear backside on Smoggy. We're seeing some good signs here.
And another thing that mates are good at, we talked about this time and time again in the EMEA, Mini will find the kill. Mates are happy to just cut, sound, sit, and allow that paranoia to build. They're always looking to catch people in transition. Never want to hit these sites where somebody's comfortably tucked in. EDG actually forced into a very early timeout here.
And do you see a clear adjustment, or do you just think this is, again, seeing that strong suit of mates kicking in? We haven't even really seen Martin at the helm.
I mean, here's the thing. On the defensive side for EDG, they almost have to just absorb some of these site hits because not really many tools to put CB into an aggressive... What, you got the paranoia? Right now, Smoggy's tucked into plat. He's using it to slow down a C-long push. There's nothing really that EDG can employ to really get the ball rolling in their favor.
No tangibles.
They're relying on basically being on the receiving end of some of these engagements and hoping they're going to win them.
I'm a bit worried. I'm a little bit worried. Now look, they're a good caliber team, great quality players for EDG. But this is the side that I was probably least worried about. And I'm starting to see those strong suits from mates coming online. And again, Martin is at 3-4 right now. He's not your headliner. It's the C site takes. It's the catching rotation. It's all these other things.
To be honest with this matchup, it'd be very easy to sit here and talk Martin versus Kung Kung, but here on Haven, I think it's more about the macro that mates are going to employ that EDG are going to struggle massively with. They don't have enough tools to take the initiative, be decisive here, unless it's Kung Kung swinging left, right, and center and finding kills, which again is the recipe that's worked historically for EDG.
Is that what we're banking on? It feels sketchy as hell, doesn't it? But warded away. CB not going to get what he wanted at the start there, or uncollected. But Kung Kung trying to be the difference maker.
No check on the cam yet.
He's found a little bit of room. And he's going to be held in place for now. And he's going to be rewarded!
Well, there you go.
Deadly as ever! You summon him to it, and he gets you out of danger, but still, can they still make anything else happen? You're looking at Beepo's progress here. He's got freedom. He doesn't know how much yet.
Does he get ahead of Kung Kung at this angle, though? Still a little cautious in approach.
X-Factor player, man. Ooh, dealt with great from Beepo there. Good timing. And again, the composure for mates is solid. Looking at EDG, though, still going to have the sheriffs here, so a decent amount of threat could be potentially spurred on, but Martin wants to invest behind this, wants to ensure they have something for safety on this post plant.
They'll have a TP to safety as well, so the plant's going to be open. Of course, further issues for EDG. Information firmly in Gentlemate's hands here, especially with the neural theft going through.
That. Because you saw that break on the trip behind, so it could have added that additional layer of paranoia, but instantly quelled.
Smoggy going to try and smoke across here.
Retake was good before.
These weapons.
It's a lot to ask, isn't it? Especially if Mini's having a game. And really, they're just not getting play here. Struggling to find the pixels on the other side. Tap on the spike, gonna try and call in command. Someone to react, it's all too simple. Mates with a little bit of a moment there from Kung Kung, but there was no further threat.
Definitely, and what was I saying before, what's the adjustment, right? Kung Kung starts walking mid, starts swinging C-long, or A-long even. Here, it's another example of why mates are so good in terms of converting. This is 2 free kills, right?
Yes.
Gets back, TP's away. Yes, it's an anti-eco, but numbers firmly.
Let's go.
favoring EDG. And even on buy rounds, that's why mates are so good at flipping disadvantages. Their freezes, their mid-rounding has just been sublime.
Buy back in, operator in. This could be the X factor. I'm pretty sure Kong caught maybe a pixel then on the jump spot. See how long he stays posted on this one, but for mates, they've got to be reading the economy, understanding there's a high chance this is in effect. What's the plan? It's looking like pressure B. It feels simplistic, but it feels like maybe the right option. Do they split Garage? Can Chichu handle what's coming his way? Mini on the shoulder, gonna catch the first glimpse. Can he stall this out?
Yeah, Martin's just gonna TP in, it's a free plant here. They're gonna be able to reset as well. No pressure into the back lines.
And Starzo, I like this. How late does he play it? You can see Smoggy's consideration. He's worried about this. Even a deeper flank from Mini. They're leaving it quite light on the B site. This could be a bit sketchy, but hard to play retake with that operator. Martin, there he is. That's what you don't want to see here for an EDG fan, is him starting to come online. Can mates still hold this down? I think they can. Look at Mini in the checkmate position. If anything gets deadly, he can swing in. They may be aware of it, but they can't clear it, and they know that now.
Again, reading this perfectly. The operator's on the table. They're stacking bodies to help Kong. He's not there to solo anchor. And Garage is just wide open. Mates running away with the space again.
I have to say, look, as much as a lot of the praise can be put elsewhere when it comes to the kills and the flashiness about it and how it works out, these calls and these considerations are great. I want to look at Starzo for that one as well. I want to put that in towards his hands. I mean, okay.
Yeah. I mean, again, these are the other variables. Just like you get rounds where, okay, we just can't play.
Yeah.
What do we do?
We're out. Yeah. Okay, glass cannon. They're trying to get this one going, right? They're trying to get anything.
The finances are shattered. CB's down on the judge. There's ultimates here to play with, yes, but this time around, Kong switch things up towards C. Get a good read here with the pit being invested outside. This time around, CB tasked with holding down the fort. You can see the ping's actually over towards behind window on the back of B's side. So curious as to what the plan is here for mates.
Well, isn't it? Because you kind of want to try and find Kong, but he finds you first. People are going to know that. Now with a man to the good, can they keep control here? Again, disadvantages seem to be where mates can thrive. Now they're going to note the judge as well, I'm pretty sure. Ooh, big chip damage, unconfirmed. That's huge. Big damage on CB, so that's a bit rough for him, but they can reset here. Still about 50 seconds. And they're looking like they want to maybe shift away from where they saw that operator.
They have a little bit of space towards A, but certainly still guarded here by EDG.
Wow.
Nobody wide on that jump.
Yeah, got a little sketchy. Smoggy is posted up. Oh my god, the timing, bro. Even the audience felt that one, but mates close by, looking like a little bit of a pop on this. Can they hold from the side? EDG looking to try and create these crossfires, maybe still create a bit of a problem. Martin's already taking down nobody. Smoggy is in a whole lot of trouble here. How is he alive still? Kept alive by a couple of smokes. A little bit of a shift through towards backside by Chichu. Can he alleviate that pressure? No! Glyph with it. And now Smoggy in response, still trying to hold a corner. Play something in, but mates still trading him well. Plant should be up, but look at CB. It's an operator, though. He's got to pop the ult. He has to try and do damage. Kong is still held back by the divide. Mini denies again. Kong, you got a 1v3 in front of you once more.
Teleport's ready.
Just no way back in here behind the divide. Again, if CB potentially finds a kill, he's traded so quickly. And Kong still out of the round. Has to hold on to this now. As you said, the glass cannon in round 9.
God, it starts feeling like a poison chalice as well. Just always wanting to save it, keep it, try and build around it, do what you can with it. And it has bailed them out regionally, I'd say, but here, man, mates seem to just have great reads, even in the disadvantage after that opening pick.
Well, here's
they still figure it out.
Even if Gentlemates decide to hit the site that Kong's on, the way that Vipo and Martin have been playing, you've got to argue they're going to be well equipped to get themselves at least into a favorable trade or get themselves onto site still. Beautiful shot here to obviously open things up. But again, it's the solid mid-rounding here. Put themselves into a 4v2 effectively to take the A site. And then they freeze behind the orb. It's Smoggy's stuck in the worst position possible, just banking on the smokes lasting. Yeah, very concerned. A 5-round gap, and honestly, not many positives for EDG to really pin their hopes to. Again, they're stacking bodies behind this operator once more. Can mates figure out what's going on in this round?
It seems so similar, doesn't it? The additional adjustment being Beepo's position, maybe? Dedicated and kind of tucked in towards Suo, while we've still got this consideration on the B approach, waiting stacked up in case there was that operator. Not to be the case, so they've already got past the first hurdle. They've left Kung Kung on the other side of the map, posted down a long. Beepo is a checkmate to that, though. That's an issue they're going to have to deal with that they don't know about. Information coming towards the B site. How does EDG prepare themselves?
Nobody really holding down front side of site, but again, with Chichu on a sheriff, you don't expect him really to be posted up. Smokes will lay up. Nobody actually in a chunk there off the shock dart, down to 54 HP now. I think Kung Kung still cautious yet. He's outside here. Beepo's actually behind him as well.
Ooh, nice shot.
Well,
but there's more. There's so many more, right? They're so scaled up behind that, so they're able to trade in. Chichu is doing seriously well here, making something out of nothing, and maybe there's still a chance. Bullet to the back as EDG still hold the numbers. Martin and Glyph, can you navigate it somehow? You've got problems on the site. Nobody's still here. It's all down to one. Martin wants to plan, he can't get away. EDG scrapping for just a round.
This time well-equipped to greet that mid-round, the pivot elsewhere with Kung Kung. I was hoping maybe it'd go a little deeper towards lobby, but actually able to hold his position here, catches Beepo at that crucial moment of the round where somebody slips forward from mates.
Oh, Chichu's done well there.
How did the snakebite kill come through? Oh, okay, so yes, it was a tag and then he obviously finished off. So a response found here in round 10. Easily back it, well, some sort of buffer for the final 2 rounds here in terms of the finances. Nobody in Smoggy with ults to play with. Side of mates.
Ooh, they're challenging.
Oh, hang on.
They're actually going to Kung Kung this time. Normally he hasn't had this level of play. It's just not been going his side. Nobody. He got a couple of tags off that potentially, but Kung Kung's still on patrol. Yeah, that's not
with the longest arms I've ever seen. I didn't get the smite there.
I have no clue. And Beepo again left a little alone, but doesn't get cleared by the owl drone. So does he get left to work? Yeah, he does, but he fails. CB's got him. That's a big hold towards the A site. And they're going back towards him. Kung Kung going to bow out of it, play it safe.
Now they're reading this as mates pivoting elsewhere on the map, so
conditioned,
conceding this A site for the time being. Kung Kung still on a very deep angle. I think he's holding probably towards the backside of default. Mates will have an opportunity here.
3v5. I mean, Martin maybe gets his ult. If they even get that far. Kung Kung's close. CB might swing on... Actually, no, playing it really cautiously because they've still got Kung Kung. Keeping eyes on, it's down to 2. Martin and his ult might be the only saving grace they have, and it's read so well. You've seen this man work, and you'll see it again. Oh, he's feeling himself! Putting on a show! EDG with a little bit of a reminder of what that man can do.
Again, the sort of round you never want to see EDG bank on, but they certainly have as an ace up the sleeve, time and time again. Unfortunately, no coverage towards heaven here, and Kung Kung just runs away with it.
Audacious work.
Let's go! Somehow now on the brink of potentially a 7-5 half. Gaps in the purchase here for mates. But plenty of ults to work with. Might just be a lifeline in terms of coming into the second half here, and EDG having a little bit of momentum. Finally.
It's a heartbeat. I'll take that. It felt dreary, but spotted early. Does Kung Kung get to live? Tagged up. Huge info. Kung Kung on the run. He's being hunted down. Stars are going to get Chichu. Kung Kung stays alive on 25 HP, but plays from CT. They've already taken sight. Big tempo shift here from Gentlemate. Cliff takes away Kung Kung. Spots out more. They're down to only 3.
Go, go, go.
CB trying to get past this trip now, but against so many bodies looking his way.
Just sheer numbers, sheer force. Nobody in Smoggy. This is more than uphill. There's an army in the way. I don't think they're going to make it through that choke point. Yeah, they're absolutely not. They are dead to rights. Mates answer back with a flawless round, establishing a clean scoreline.
Again, another example of the turn of pace that just suits them so well to secure this 8-4 half.
Can I help you, sir?
Here's the bill from the dealership where I got my car, and I'd like you to beat it with a better deal on one of these fine cars.
Not how it works.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill for a better deal today.
God, round one, and we're already getting moments like we just saw. But we can't get away from the scoreline. It is 4-8. As flashy as Kung Kung is, the scoreline sits very well with Gentlemates, and this was the side that there were some concerns about how they're going to implement someone like Kung Kung on the chamber.
Again, sure, we could sit here and say brute force is the answer, right? But it's just, it doesn't feel comfortable, and particularly with Mates, the way they like to play on the defense, on Haven, they will sit 3 people in backside of B, just ready for something to happen. Again, Martin is always on point with his TPs. Even if somebody's challenging A long, they're still happy to dig their heels in, basically fight ahead of the execution. So I'm very concerned now. You could argue, yes, a little bit of momentum building, but that round 12, the perfect answer for Mates to end that first half, to just strip away any sort of confidence to carry that across.
You can feel it in here, the atmosphere.
Electric.
We've said it before, we'll probably say it again throughout this event, but it truly is. And Kung Kung wanting to start with a bang already. Spots out one, and sadly there was a second. So early advantage for Mates there. Beepo going to do well to be rewarded.
Look at the trap here
on
no. C-Long.
Oh no. Good luck. Have fun. Yeah, absolutely not. Cliff, beheads too. It's easy work. Mates feel like they just have the playbook in front of them. Are they? How the hell did they have them so perfect?
So again, it's a similar ethos to what they show in the first half, just catching players off guard in these situations so many times.
It's tailor-made, man. That little like crossfire on the C push-up, the catch on long with a double stack. It felt like they had more players on the map.
Yeah, you're right. It's almost like they have an extra body. Like. Again, for Kung Kung to go forwards here, be caught so early on, it's tough to really get anything to string together here in the pistol. The buyback in going to be well invested from Gentlemates. Got a shield in. Still trying to make something work with the Headhunter here. That's where Martin will start to excel, though. A scope in hand, and just looking to wreak havoc on this defensive side of Haven.
See how he fares. He's currently sitting towards the bottom end of the board for Mates. I mean, he's not been called upon in the same way he's had to before.
I mean, yeah,
fine.
Could be concerning, but for me, it's just a positive to see Mates bring across form in the rest of the roster here.
Absolutely.
And still look very comfortable in terms of what their win conditions were. Starzo obviously still calling very solid mid-rounds.
Really good game here so far from him.
You almost wouldn't want to see Martin come and put up another record-breaking performance in the opening game.
Yeah, adds a bit of validity to it, as people are going to get that first real committed contact, and actually pressure off the back. They're trying to scale up, but that felt a little out of sorts there, as Mates making light work. EDG, I don't know, high hopes, I guess, was the game plan, and...
Smoggy.
You got more of that, Smoggy? No. Okay, fair enough. That's
good.
All good.
Thank God.
We've had a couple moments already. It's game one. Game one. 10 rounds, though, Mike. There's only so many ways we can kind of look at this one with high hopes for EDG. This is a rough start in my mind.
I mean, you come into this now a huge advantage in terms of the purchase, but it needs to be just flawless here from EDG.
Yes.
Have any sort of faith that they're going to be able to string together solid ideas to find 6 rounds on the attacking side. Again, statistically, it's not necessarily weak at either side of the coin, but the stylistic change is what we're really leaning into here versus Gentlemates. And actually, Mates actually switching things up. This is not traditionally where you see them posted on some of these defensive rounds.
No, it's a little bit curious, and maybe something that's just tailor-made, knowing what EDG like, maybe a preference.
The anti-Kangkang.
It is, isn't it? Let's be honest, and it also makes it really hard work for CB, who's meant to be that kind of like back line. If all goes wrong with Kangkang, at least we've got CB who can maybe open up something. But and yeah, look at that. Oh God, just don't go in the smoke. Go elsewhere. Feels like watching moments before a disaster happens.
But again, buy round, and look what's been achieved so far. It's next to nothing here. I mean, Starzo's holding down the fort with a ghost.
Okay, forced off. So humbled somewhat. Do they now pivot away? Do they want to explore this A side further? I think you would, right? You'd start maybe questioning what's going on, but CB's going to catch Martine. They're still holding by B. They haven't fully committed towards this A rotation, whereas I think mates were maybe thinking they would have done by now.
Spike is walking mid here. Glyph again, the second ghost catches a headshot, but nobody going to shut him down. Still 5 standing. I wanted it to be flawless, and so far so good here with the plant coming in.
Yeah, this is good.
Spike planted.
EDG managing to navigate the path perfectly thus far. Let's be okay. Beepo, 1v5. Have I ever told you the story? No. 5 to 10. EDG, they've started a very long journey. They got the boots on. They're looking at the hill. They're yet to even get to the hill, but they've got the boots on.
Well handled here, but obviously for mates now coming back on a purchase, you expect it to be very different.
Nice!
You see a similar sort of approach here.
Let's go.
And EDG had to take that slowly. Again, in terms of how you want to see them approach here, I don't think we're going to see CB barreling onto sites.
No.
So we might see an example here of maybe an all-in.
Oh, Martine, how far are we going on this? Because Smoggy's already slipped ahead. Okay, he's got one and he gets away. But Beepo's lost in the trade. And now the question and the challenge becomes, does EDG want to pressure this further, or do you then slow it down?
I mean, you take that trade with Smoggy being the one to fall in the early round for sure. Certainly going to make the approach to A
Feel awful.
almost unthinkable.
Well, there was CB and Kangkang that. They were thinking about it, getting a little closer, but backing away.
And good coverage elsewhere. It's actually Glyph and Mini both posted up to greet potentially a pivot towards B. Very shallow drone here, conscious somebody's lurked forwards here, maybe to put Chichu in a position. But Starzo, the timing on his drone.
Speaking of shallow drones, neither of them finding anything, really. And the absence of information, not really giving mates any indicator, but they've stayed put. Now, Martine could be a problem. Does he get noted on all of the util? I don't think he has yet. Okay, yeah, he's dead! Melted in a second with 30 seconds remaining. They're not going.
Chichu can't make a step here. He is stepping in garage. Yeah, Glyph's going to come forward through mid.
Does he catch this? Does he catch Glyph?
I mean, he's heard the steps for sure.
But he could be on for God timing. He's not. He turned away.
Oh.
It's just maybe paralyzed by choice almost.
And unfortunately now Kangkang's made his way all the way through, right?
They've rope-a-doped him pretty well here. Easy plant, no problems on this front. And you look, as said, where Kangkang's gone off to. He's deep in CT. He's got no problems in this one. And for Chichu, I don't think he caught anything on the back pedal there. But very aware someone's nearby. Gives him a haircut, takes off the head. Mini gonna follow up. EDG. All right, they're starting to get closer now. This is 4 alive.
Big wins.
I'm liking this.
Progress towards some ultimates here, but not really. Nothing available for the start of round 17. Again, EDG is able to whittle their way into a position here. Again, the catch on Martin. I'm not sure at the time. The TP was still there towards CT, I know, and they were creeping up long, but I think noted on sending the recon in. See, nobody's util identifying Martine's whereabouts.
7 to 10 feels possible to me then. I don't know why the scoreline, it's only a couple of rounds,
I mean,
like
definitely.
3
Here
rounds.
was, the purchase is not going to be good at all for Gentlemates. Like I said, no Ulster, Reliant really looking at Beepo in that regard, but Starzo one away, potentially.
Yeah, I'm paying attention. Before, I was a little bit concerned this was going to be a bit of a shutdown and a shutout, and I think it was fair considering how that first half somewhat felt. and then you get the pistol in the second, and you're thinking, oh, okay, it's compounding. With a little bit of magic, there's a little bit of feeling of something here. It's too early to tell, but a timeout comes in. Mates need to get their heads in the right place. Again, they don't have big stage experience. I know, as I said, yeah, there's a champs winner. There's a few on that stage. But again, for Starzo, it does feel like a different lifetime. There wasn't a crowd, there wasn't this pressure, there wasn't this environment where things do suddenly become possible. So you've got a mid-walk, it looks like. That is what Mates are just going to get this round done by. Why do I get nervous about these, though?
Well, again, nobody from EDG going to be shoulder and window here. It's Kung the closest. Nobody out grass early. CBE is peeking that, but a big tag onto nobody.
Yeah, okay, so they're going to leave him down, but it's Kung already to clear through on Starzo. That was good. Glad to get some, bodies dropped out of this. Kung can't just get a connection through all the util, but Chichu in the meantime slipped. That's pretty nice, giving some space towards the C site. I think Mini, the pennies dropped, but it's too late. Too little, too late. But again, you took a risk, you took a chance. Right now, they might just take another couple bodies as Chichu has instantly secured safety.
People did a ton of damage before going down there, but still a 2v5 to be found.
Very
Make that
nice.
one.
That's 5. That's flawless.
They have such a huge cushion now in terms of this string of rounds. The ability to piece together 3 very solid responses.
But this is what the timeout was for, right? This round coming was the timeout from Mates, and I'm seeing a couple of big purchases here. Mostly good at Starzo, not something I was really thinking of throughout what we saw during EMEA at least, but Operator's in.
Let us hunt.
They're taking on Kung?
Yeah, I was going to say, you're almost hoping Mates will sit back a little deeper here and rely on what's worked for them in terms of retakes on Haven, but going forward once more, Beepo shut down.
And it's one, oh, what? Starzo with the bailout. He got 2 out of nowhere, maybe assisted by the damage done, but Kung in the meantime's already started to work up towards B. Glyph's on a very passive angle on that A-side connector. Mini sitting super deep. Look how deep Mates are sitting here.
Kung will note the trip here, so solid information. They can't lurk out into B too comfortably. And now, actually, the benefit being, Smoggy's down. There's a sight line for Starzo to post up with that Operator.
I just don't know what he's like with the Operator. Apparently pretty damn good. On for 3, eyeing up 4. Now drone coming in, but Kung, there's a reason he strikes fear in the hearts. It's a 2v2 now. Mini's pretty far away. Starzo wants to do some more work on this, though.
Shock darts burn up, so we can't pressure this plant. Trade out here with Mini. Again, the paranoia that Mini's actually lurked up behind EDG.
Exchange of darts. Nobody still on site. Kung behind him by quad. Nobody gonna just slip up towards BT, but Kung, there's a reason you don't tussle with this man, EDG. Making it look possible now. 8 to 10, and Mates still frozen on those double digits.
You see, they're still wanting to take the initiative at the start of this round, but Beepo just can't pin down that first kill. Yeah, the follow-up's great.
Yeah.
From Starzo, but it's just so risky.
One enemy remaining.
Unfortunately, EDG have been able to stick the landing in terms of some of these mid-rounds here on their attacking side. Again, with no real nuance, it's Kung catching players off weird positions. These aren't really having to rely on many plans.
It feels so repetitive now, trying to maybe isolate it. I think it's Smoggy who's been trying to get up towards long, scale in, and he's done really well in a couple of rounds to actually just best the opposition, but now they don't have that challenge. How do they read this? But the buy's shoddy at best. It's Ashiko. Divide there. Beepo's 1 away from ult, but not to hand. 2 away from Martin, but he's having a quiet game. And EDG starting to make it feel possible, make me believe in something here. Flash goes in, and once again, EDG hold the line. 2 players remaining, and then they are so close, Mike. They are knocking at the door, and they've been near on flawless in so many of these rounds.
There's been not many kills, at all for the side of Gentlemates in some of these losses. I said it needed to be flawless to get 6 to tie things up. Now just within 1. And look at the ult starting to stack now for EDG. Like I said, they're not really relying on many plans or set pieces. They're just winning out some of these engagements that Gentleman's, I don't want to say feeding into, but they are certainly opening up for EDG. It's like I said, it hasn't been where their successes have lay on Haven in particular. No aggression this time towards A-Long for mates. It'll just be Martin posted up now, op in hand. Something potentially to get the ball rolling for him.
Well.
See Kung creeping.
That is a scary silhouette. He's close. Go through that protocol list of where to clear. Darzo on the A site. Chichu going to slip down sewer. I don't know if that Aldron's going to quite make it. It does. So information's there. In the meantime, still working other opportunities. You can see that spike slowly and cautiously heading towards C.
Mini's actually,
I like that.
yeah, pushing further forwards here. Have the cam to play off, so he's got coverage towards Garage and Long, but plenty of bodies here, and unfortunately, nobody's still got a drone.
That is the only...
Mini's all in here.
Yeah, there's no way out. And there's the drone, and he should be dead. He still gets one. Wildly surprising, but nobody there on the trade, and Kung Kung's going walkabouts, man. This guy is something of just nightmares. Gonna take away Glyph, and then just slice mates in the middle, the pit on top. Wrap it up, man. Surely this is 10-10.
It's got to be. Genomate's probably now discussing that very decision. Martin does have his ultimate, but it's an operator in hand for him. Mates have to give this up. Will concede the draw. And again, it's only one to fall from EDG. Finally investing an ultimate. Chichu's pit to secure this C-site hold. Again, flawless and frugal. So they're so well equipped now for these rounds later on in the half.
Yeah, we've got like full money on nobody. Everyone just cashed in, looking great in this.
But now they can start taking some more risks if they want to.
It's up to them. I'm concerned for mates. Their lack of X factor with Martin is now going to becoming a question. He's 7-13, very quiet here. That's fine if we were still on that first half. Now, I do start putting a question mark behind it. I want to see him activate. We're seeing Kung Kung doing this.
Well, I
want to see a star on the other side.
How many times did we see Genomate sitting comfortably back as with 3 on B site on the defensive side of Haven, looking to catch players like this or looking to proactively rotate and flood sites as the spike is planted here? We just see a completely different approach here. Almost a little overzealous to go forward and challenge Kung Kung. And like I said, you're giving EDG the one win condition that's glaringly obvious.
Yeah, it's a bit strange.
He's not even going crazy. He's 18-10, but...
Which is wild, right? That's when you're talking about Kung Kung, the expectation does just become obscene. When your average is excellence, 18-10 isn't even that crazy on a debut game here. But still, I think you're right, because in my head, when I was looking at this on the second half, I thought mates would be really well equipped stylistically to deal with this.
Because the other thing as well, defensively, Martin, he plays very different on Haven. He's happy to be self-sufficient going forward. We're calling him Mr. Multi-Kill for a reason, and that part of that was how aggressive he was playing on the defense. Yes, we're seeing it here, but in weird scenarios, I'll say.
It just feels a little bit out of sorts, a little off timing, a little out of position, just never quite right. Time to put up or shut up. It's 10-10. Buy on both sides, operators in play, ult there. This is the best round for mates to give it another go, but EDG start feeling untouchable.
Set up here, EDG again. Happy to sit back in this early default. No aggression this time around, but Beepo gonna take some space behind bricks.
I'm out of here.
Another situation where Mini's not really been able to find much space on the defense.
Go, go, go.
I guess ahead of EDG finding a kill, or mates feeling the pressure elsewhere. Again, approaching the minute mark, and EDG still yet to show their hand.
Playing very carefully, making it hard to get that beat. It's Martin who might receive the first real challenge. I think it's CB on the other side, just forced off by that smoke. Still wants in, though.
What is this orb?
I don't know.
Are they expected to play into that angle as well?
I'm not really sure. Okay, so then if they're pathing towards A, it's Beepo. And he's got it. That's a good shot. 40 seconds. Tempers his pace, trying to back away. You see the trade there. CV wanted that. He's actually just hunting him down. Pops the ult. This guy wants to go wild. And he's got Beepo. Still chomping at the bit for more. Cliff, Martin finally finding something. But CV fully off the leash. Did some good damage, but maybe not enough. As there it is. Mate finally stopped the rot.
Beepo. Huge kill to find, but still able to get back to site and make it difficult to EDG to scale up behind that. I think EDG probably thinking, yeah, there's max one more here on site, but this is the sort of example, mates, he able to throw bodies towards the site. Almost a pre-take scenario here. And finally, stop the bleed. Well, stop the bleeding. Pause momentarily.
Yeah. We'll see. They're so aware the mates have been just pressuring this time and time again, but I feel like we're seeing a little bit of a switch up now from mates. Kind of with that kind of 1-3-1, we started to expect to know a little bit more. They're going for a late mid-walk, though.
This is more like it for mates.
Yeah. This feels like what we'd come to understand, and you can see why. Chichu's beheading opens up a problem. The back line now isn't secure. They don't know about C. They don't know about Garage. They don't know about Window. So all eyes turn towards the A side.
Mini now positioned here with some util. Starzo, a late drone. Will it spot? That's a ton of information.
Is there anything that can tilt this back in EDG's favor? And already, mate's going to give up the site, though. This could be another pre-take. I doubt it. Looking like they're going to respect this for now. CB just making sure plants in.
Still got the cam to deal with here. Maybe some information for Gentlemates here to potentially convert this man advantage.
Flash, ult, time to go. Martin trying to set this one up. Nobody, got to be careful. It is! Martin breaking the back lines. Mini from heaven, but Kung standing guard, still holding his ground. And now it comes down to the two, the one who took his record, the one to try and go above and beyond. The defuse in play at 12 rounds made now by Martin.
The TP back up to heaven, just breaking the ankles of Kung. In the chaos there, so hard to keep track of what's going on, but Martin just always a threat with these ultimates.
God, these two.
The reposition is perfect. Kung nearly hits the adjustment
so
there, by the way.
That's a coin flip.
A big 1v1 for Martin to come out on top.
God, you can hear it even in the replays. You feel that in your bones, that sort of stuff. What an incredible quality game we can have if we get these sort of levels of performances from the individuals. I think that was the first time we really saw Martin show a glimpse of what he looked like before. Kung so close to pulling off another legendary moment. But at 10-12, the tides have turned. This is now looking like Mensa just, mates are so close right there within touching distance now. They can forget about the run of, 6 rounds on a trot and get into map 2. But for now, EDG are not done yet. They had that buffer, Mike, you were talking about it. We were looking at it. That's starting to come to an end. But obviously, it's now or never.
I was talking about the comfort they would have in the last few rounds of this second half, but everything but the TP invested. It's mates to actually string together 2. Starzo 2 away from the Hunter's Fury, only the neural theft for them to work with, but certainly an example here to show they've still got their finger on the pulse.
Yeah.
A solid grasp on how they want to approach the defensive side of Haven, even though we've seen some switch-ups. Kung back on the operator. Still positioned early on here to maybe greet a member or 2 of mates.
Oh, here we go. Stars are going to be noted. Little exchange. This time no mid-slip. At least down towards window. There is obviously Martin's position.
All posted outside B, and EDG starting to stack bodies behind this. Martin is ahead of it, though.
Ooh, Martin.
Oh, he didn't have a TP ready.
Oh, it's a fumble, it's a mistake, and it's a chance. That's all that really EDG would need, but Kong's fallen and the B side is not secure. There's bodies here. Smoggy with an outrageous play towards backside. Do not tell me EDG are done yet, as Beepo's options are looking rough here. A judge, a sheriff, and no teammates anymore. The one body dropped.
No way he's going for this.
Yeah.
Look at the money here.
No shot.
On the side of mates, it's only 2 rounds. So Starzar and Glyph going to be struggling in terms of the follow-up purchase here. Benefit being Hunter's Fury now secured for them. And a spanner in the works from EDG. Martin, again, I didn't quite catch the timing there, but you could see almost the panic trying to send another TP out. So a total misread on the timing for EDG's pivot. And this was only on the confirmation from the drone down A long. So it should have been well equipped, really. I believe Mini and Glyph still positioned outside that C window.
Are we getting OT game 1? Map 1.
I mean, it would feel that way.
I'm not mad about it. I know exactly. Again, great work from Smoggy. I can't underestimate that, really. Kind of breaking the line so well. That's a rough mistake, if it was a mistake to be making there. That's, again, suddenly...
I mean, or just heartbreaking timing for Martin. Like I said, I didn't know when that TP has expired, but he's just on an island there. And the fact that CB's shouldering it and sliding back is just insanity.
Yeah, it's a 3-play walk. We got a 3-man walk down C long, jumped for now by Chichu. Okay, he gets away pretty, actually, unscathed. Down at 87, sure, but that's not a bad outcome.
I believe the first time they've dealt with that trip that's posted at the end of C long. It won't necessarily force EDG out of this default just yet. Hunter's Fury gets posted. No connections, though. And EB can't come in the end. No, nothing.
They're clutching at straws, man. Double stacked up down C long, but I feel like you clear that now. That's just part of the protocols, but EDG not going to rush their decision. They're making the right choices.
Stinger in sewers.
What do you know about that? Just you wait and see what he's up to. I mean, Starzar's trying to draw eyes on him, right? But good luck, Glyph. In the meantime, Chichu's still being a nuisance and a problem, right? Can just keep these players still curious about the other side of the map. But while this happens, the A site is under threat. But felt like hesitation there.
That's an upgrade.
What do you know about Glyph in sewers with a stinger, apparently? And now it gets a bit weird. We're at 20 seconds. Have they overcooked this, or was this the right call? So we got TPs coming into backside.
Mini's
got the blood from mates. Mini on the swing, takes down Smoggy. Chichu trying to hold the site 13 seconds. They need a goddamn plant. 10 seconds. It's only CB left alive. Is this how it ends? That's how it closes down on map 1. 13 to 11. Dear God, we are going so deep in this series, aren't we?
Call it the elephant in the room.
Yes.
Again, mates still winning out on an aspect of their play style that looked solid domestically. Issue being, they could rely in EMEA on Martin just hand delivering rounds on his own. We didn't see that, and it was a 13-11 scoreline. That's how close it got. Can Martin bounce back here? Is certainly what I'm asking.
Because EDG individually, I'm not too worried about Kong yet. Maybe I will on the Neon, let's find out. Smoggy with the first challenge, going to take away Martin.
I'm out of here.
And already, a very direct approach, tailoring towards the B side of the map. Kong getting curious and takes away the head. Beepo's down and looking for some more here. Kong not really resting, very proactive work from EDG. Oh, come on! Come the hell on!
And just caught totally off guard here by the mid-crunch, and Kong runs away with the pistol round. Spike caught a million miles away from where you'd expect it to be. Beepo and Glyph are close enough here where they can double swing onto this angle. The 3K from Kong to kick off map 2. And again, you can get into the comp discussion here as well. Chichu's going to struggle massively in terms of solo anchoring here on the Killjoy, but look for those sort of plays from EDG to really disrupt Gentlemates in the mid-round.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, on map 1, we had a round 2 flip coming in from very little investment. I doubt it's going to happen here as Kung once again starts to do what he does best. Going to find 2, tease up the rest, and that weapon should be policed here as well, so shouldn't be a problem on that. Liff and Mini both trying to make some pressure happen, but I think the door's somewhat shut in this.
So nobody will spot one of the players. Mini does have a sheriff, so that could catch them off guard. You're probably going to read into that sound cue now that there are 2 players here. Mini does find one. Chichu will fall. Good for a second though. CB to seal the deal on a second here.
Yeah, 3 Bulldogs, I think, remaining. Yeah, so they should be happy enough with that.
For mates, certainly on this attacking side here, we'll see them be decisive early on. Certainly don't want to see them shy away from some of these engagements because, like I said, Haven was kind of the story of Gentlemates setting EDG up to be the ones to take an advantage early on. And whilst mates have been fantastic in terms of recoveries, it's just not something you want to play into versus EDG. Heavy focus towards mid early on here for mates. Should have a good feel of where Chichu's going to set up early on here as well. See previously that contact off the turret here into Art. Team going to take away some of the tools available to EDG. And still the alarm bot to deal with. And actually CB slipping deeper and deeper on B long.
God, I was a little bit worried when he's got the spike on him and he's, I mean, not vulnerable there really, but he could get isolated and already CB comfortably picking up Mini in the end. Took a little bit of damage for it, but that's fine. But Kung Adrift does open up a window of chance. Nobody's only got a sheriff, and that's going to be incredibly hard with people doing that. See enough room to work now. They can scale in.
Very pacey decision here on the other side of the map to capitalize on this. Chichu now locked out of sight. The sheriff to hand. Starzo a tap on the spike will probably draw him closer in the smoke here, but Martin just on the outside of it.
He's thinking about it. He was thinking about it, but again, the window of opportunity becoming very, very minimal and not going to get much done. 4 standing for mates as they make it through the first kind of hurdle that was more on their favor.
Got to be conscious here of CB. Feels as if there's some space to play into outside B, because Mini, again, yes, that's why I said a map where you can find a lot of space in terms of lurking, but Chichu has a solid hold on these mid doors. It's really that engagement between Mini and CB in this sort of round that can be very, very deciding in terms of forcing mates to make those pivots.
Yeah.
Basically pulling the pin out in terms of mid-rounding for Starzo.
And we go again. You already noted that B engage, that B brawl.
This is good though for mates, showing presence here early.
Well, CB gonna have to respect that and fall away, leaving just 1. And Smoggy's down, so they've actually come up with a conclusion pretty fast, and actually a solution as well. Martin going to take away CB, as now the gates towards the B site, I do want to say, are open, but Kung Kung's a little bit close, and I always get a little bit scared.
Spike.
Connection on the shock dart here from nobody. Actually, Kung Kung going to find Beepo though.
Kung Kung's starting to build in here. He's got a fight on the backside, but Mini's won it out. That's brilliant from him. Can't double down. Chichu steps in, steps out. Nobody now in a 1v2. Both playing towards long. Look for an angle. He almost caught Martin there for a second. But man, this is a tough post plant to break. Glyph going to hopefully play to the time. He does. Really smart stuff. Mike, it feels like you read that one as well, but mates instantly wanted to correct any sort of errors there.
Yeah, bigger picture-wise, this is such a crucial round to keep EDG in check in terms of finding explorations across the map. Smoggy just caught completely blindsided by this reveal. Maybe a little bit of a miscommunication there between CB, because he feels the pressure as well. Yeah, crucial in terms of information available at the start of these rounds. EDG back down on pistols, but Kung Kung does have his ultimate already here in round 5.
And does he get a chance to do much with it? Nobody that's ambitious, as Kung Kung's killed Beepo, and he's gone away, and now there's 3 players here.
That's not how you'd expect that to pan out. Oh, available, and he gets the classic kill regardless, when it looks like mates have a punish on the orb.
And now they're clearing behind them. if CB's timing's right, if he plays it just right, this could be so nasty to try and re-clear. You just feel like you have no map control. You can already see that mates are trying to backpedal away, kind of re-clear this space, so they had no idea of what's been going on.
What's just happened there? He didn't have anybody to insert into double doors. So
does he get cleared diligently on this, do we think? I'd be astonished if he gets away with it. Oh my God. CB is on an absolute position. Oh my God, he gets two! The dream is still alive for EDG, and the map feels unsure for mates. They don't know where they want to go.
send Martin forwards here to try and plant the seed towards B. The Glyph's going to be caught. His steps are going to be heard. Nobody's got full information here.
It's only a classic, but that might be more.
Oh,
no! Okay, it's okay. Everything's okay. How did Glyph lose that? I don't know what's gone on here. Martin has just felt the walls closing in around him. Wrap this round up and forget about it if you're mates. For EDG, it's a dream come true.
And the trip placed here, but CB gets into a position that goes completely unchecked, and Martin will fall here. Smoggy sealing the deal on a Mastercard thrifty.
That's nice. That's nice. And for mates, they've got to be kicking themselves about that one.
These tendencies are already on display in these early rounds. Again, the fact he gets two. It's outrageous from CB. But again, mistake early on in the half. Now should be a reality check for Gentlemates. An adjustment in diligence. Some of this mid-round calling.
Beepo, throw it at the wall and see what sticks. The Seas does nothing, and Beepo shreds them. Look at that utility on the assist towards Kung Kung. Took 3 of them to set that up. That's an early body dropped, and a play it to the good for mates.
And already pretty deep down B long as well. CB had to reset to put another TP in place.
Oof.
Flash out here to try and set himself up, but this is bold from CB.
CB, I don't know, man. Like, this could be the death of him, but he's been given a new lease of life. Martin looking to kind of scale around towards that CT side, get the deeper information, but the rest of his team can't make it up there. Martin comes out of the TP, finds a pocket to play from as Mini then doubles down. Sight now under scrutiny, mates making it work. 4 against 1, Chichu's gone.
It's so funny to see as well, nobody going to check that pocket in heaven behind the divide, but Martin still capitalizes. Starzo will clean up Chichu here. Again, CB a little off kilter in terms of what he wanted to do. I don't know what the actual initial plan is here. He puts himself in a position to make a bold play.
Yeah.
Get this opener set up perfectly from Starzo and Glyph. Gentlemates stick the landing here.
We're on the board, Patricio.
Great conversion in terms of that purchase.
Time to jump.
Where are you?
We have Starzo's ult here. On the other side, EDG starting to stack up. Only missing Chichu and nobody.
And Chichu's close, right? 2
Yeah.
away.
Again, the purchase not really there. Judge about the best thing that EDG have pieced together here.
I just feel like the dust hasn't settled yet, though. So many of these rounds have so much danger to them, even in this lighter purchase. This could be the one that, you know, finally puts it into more of a standardized rhythm, but they're willing to invest ults around this, Mike. They're putting a lot to this. Kung Kung takes a walk. Glyph gets noted, but Mini, I think, goes unchecked. So he might be able to keep this secure. He does. Takes away Kung Kung. That's the big threat that was kind of lingering behind the ult that CB invested.
We'll have opportunity here to rotate. CB still tasked with holding down B long. Chichu will show his hand, but Beepo inserted, I don't think is noted just yet.
No, I think he's been somewhat given a lot of freedom here. I don't think he's going to hear too much until that rotation happens. And how much do they commit? They back and forthing.
But now they're trying to sell a fake on B. Beepo's not heard a rotation.
No.
They are sending the spike elsewhere after feeling a little bit of pressure here, but it's a judge on main.
Yeah, this is still sketchy. Like, Starzo's trying to, like, posture up, right? Like, look, it's all coming this way, but it is still...
Nobody's not moving.
Nobody doesn't have to. This could be a disaster. Let's find out. Nobody might be breaking their hearts. Shot by shot, he bought great time. He's made this doable. And he made that chunk of damage hurt a whole lot more. 4 seconds, round is wrapped up. Gentlemate's overcomplicating this every time.
Another example, we saw some rounds on Haven where mates are maybe 10 to 20 seconds late to some of the decisions that look so cerebral. Like you said, just overcooking this massively. EDG happy to leave nobody tasked with holding down this choke point, and mates fumble. EDG a 4th here to put them 1 round ahead. They said the judge, the best thing they had, and it pays off.
Oh, it paid off and then some. And now Kungkung's got the operator. Iconic. Oh, nobody could be. Oh, you're not meant to win that, nobody. And you're going back for seconds. Famished, wanting to feast on those players, and now you can see the Gentlemates one more. They have to try and win somewhere in this. Eyeing up deeper, but CB's aware, man. This positioning, it's so good. Great control from EDG. Starzo and Martin. Nah. Okay. Starzo, this ain't where you wanted to be. This is not how you wanted it to go, but EDG styling on him now.
We'll see mates pump the brakes a little bit here. Potentially a timeout to switch things up. Again, just not finding comfortable engagements here in some of the rounds where they commit to finding an opener. Team at least putting some numbers up early here, but it doesn't necessarily amount to much in terms of successes. Don't see a timeout before round 9. The buy's still here for mates.
A little bit surprised at that. I thought maybe they'd want to.
Bit of perfect timing for one, yeah.
Okay, wait and see, I guess, but going back towards Kungkung, you're going back towards A. Just don't feel like they have the solution yet. So we're going to learn on the fly if they do. Pro trying to take some space. At least going to win out towards A main, but waiting on the other side. The one slows down the initial hit. He's still got room to play, and you can see that temptation there. They are going to try and scale through. Kungkung waiting with, I believe, a shorty there as well, just in case anyone dares come closer. It was nobody to try and be brave. Fight forward. EDG trying to play in the cut almost there. But for now, Smoggy on a bit of an island. Kungkung looking for a pixel out of place.
Not going to be given a chance just yet. Chichu want to lead the charge here, but isolated. It's about time to call a cancel here for EDG. Hold on to this operator, and an all-in approach from Gentlemates will net them a 4th here. Yeah, maybe not seeing the timeout. It could be that the approach isn't the issue here.
Yeah.
Send Kungkung and Smoggy packing. Stars are on the hunt, though. I mean, you remove this operator, it could be key. You look at some of the funds on the other side, still comfortable, but certainly would love to force that repurchase if you can.
I don't think it's going to be able to make it to either of them, sadly, in time, though. So we'll be able to kind of keep what they've got here for Kungkung, the operator, and of course the Vandal for Smoggy. But for Mate's very directed approach, nicely done to kind of ward away Kungkung from that. He was unable to really get anything done. The rest of the team trying to play in that weird little in-between timing before the plant goes down. But even then, that was kind of hoping for the best, really. But can you keep doing that?
Well, this is the sort of round where, again, Kungkung initially has posted so deep. You've got to credit mates in terms of the placement of utility here, mitigating that risk of the operator on the way in.
I just want to see repetition. I'm not sold yet. That's not giving me enough confidence just yet. I'm trying to be a little bit tricky again, but this time 3 towards the B site. And if mates carry on this way, this is the right place for EDG.
Yeah, EDG reading the switch up here from mates. An extra body could certainly catch them off guard. Still another 15 seconds for CB to post up here on the back of that TP.
Kungkung. Eyes above. Beepo could be a problem. Spotted! That's the first one. Dropped a second! My God, this man is built a little different, isn't he? looking for another target. No one left to even find at that point.
But there's nothing else happening on the map for Mates. It's the sort of situation where they love to insert a player. There's no comfortable mid-round condition for them to rely on. Nobody again, just tucked in. Happy to play that position. Smoggy caught off guard, but still wins it.
Yeah, and it feels like nobody's just that, if anything goes wrong, here's our fail-safe. He's going to be on the site. Yep, Smoggy goes down, but how do you clear nobody? Cliff would need to go nuclear here, and look at the just creeping down.
We saw him!
That's a barrel! That's a barrel and a body! Hold on. It's game back on. He's feeling it. Oh, Chichu! That's gutting, man!
Just as he considers the divide.
Just as it became almost possible.
Heartbreak for Cliff there in a situation that ultimately sounded. I mean, he was insane in terms of clutches back in the EMEA.
Oh, God, Chichu.
That's an awkward angle.
Yeah.
It's tough to see the divide go off as well. Especially because we know what that wombo combo for Mates is. Martin actually has his ult now, so the divide, that cheeky little piece that Mates like to rely on, not going to be available for them.
And it's a tough one though, right? Because again, you kind of need a player once in a while to be willing to call up their own number if they feel the scenario's right. But as you said, bigger picture. They're not in the driving seat right now. EDG very much up in this. Mates with the timeout, you kind of take a little glance here on the Coinbase win condition, just having a look through of how it's currently sitting. But Mike, how much do you think that's disrupted the plans now? Was that something you think they were maybe banking on, hoping to lead into
the
this
divide?
win? Yeah.
Oh, definitely. We've seen them do it time and time again. You really see here that obviously EDG have done their homework. Nobody going to check the previous pocket on that B-side execution. So, surprised to not see the earlier timeout, but I feel like maybe the investment of the divide there is a chance for the coaching staff to say, guys, take a breath, don't panic, let's stick to what we've rehearsed over and over again. There's only 2 rounds separating these teams. It's still a very close affair. That's not to say that Martin's ult is all but nullified here by losing the divide, but it is something that Mates have refined within some of their set pieces.
2 players, 2 targets, but gets caught on the Prowler. Hunter's Fury going to go through, nobody going to give him a way out of that. Going to find anything else down B long.
Very preemptive. Big tool removed here, so an early win for Mates in round 11. Not necessarily figured out the switch up here, certainly in terms of Chichu's utility, and CB now.
Next.
Oh, not going to spot this out because it's sent through ARP.
Okay, let's see how this goes. Nobody going to catch a cross. Chichu just spins around on the dime, becomes a turret himself. But Mates aren't done yet. They've still found a way through ARP. CB back to the wall, gets broken, and now we're in a 3v2. Kung and Smoggy carefully close. The plant's in.
Smoggy's got to be the one to find the opener here. In this retake, he's going to be challenged here, and Cliff sharp to it. He's having a fantastic map so far. And a crucial kill, effectively sealing the deal here. Kung has to hold on to the operator once more. Again, the funds have started to dwindle for EDG. Smoggy sitting at 2,100, Chichu 3,600, but elsewhere, this buy is going to sting in round 12.
It is great news to see Glyph bounce back like that. After having probably a bit of an awkward round, right? The ult coming in, even though I'm more than happy if he feels there's a chance to win it, go for it, but still, instantly, just wipe the slate clean now.
Seeing Glyph clutch the rounds he did in the EMEA, I'm fine with him trying that.
Not a problem, yep. That stands though, Kung looking like he's gonna be able to keep this operator. And for Mates though, a bit of a lifeline it felt like, because now it feels a bit more consistent that they're keeping up into this too. It's kind of this back and forth affair. It was a little bit messy at times. Chichu, I mean.
That is
can't
wild.
say he didn't try.
That is wild for Chichu to get to.
Went down swinging.
CB, unfortunately, just in a very committed position earlier on, obviously outside A, and the best he can do is get himself into a corner just ahead of default, but falls short massively. And the buy is broken here from EDG. CB on the walkabout though.
Yeah, seen CB get this close before, and well, it's a 1-for-1 trade out.
Trade for Many is insane.
I'm surprised he got so much done, but nobody's down on a stinger. This is tough, and I think he's going to be noted on the Prowler at bare minimum. He is. It is a massacre. Just barreled through. B site is there.
They have folded again on this B site hold. Gentlemates striking while they are on this hot. Chichu gonna swing onto a double angle here, Glyph, to find the headshot.
You ain't saving anymore. Time to fight forward. Try and turn what feels like insurmountable odds, and they are. Gentlemates tying up the scoreline at 6-6. Great resilience on display, Mike. They are not done yet. Got a highlight as well. Glyph for me. What a lovely upswing from here in map 2.
Absolutely. Again, quieter map 1 for sure, but they said the mates have relied on him time and time again in these clutches and putting up big numbers here in the first half for Gentlemates. But we'll be right back after this break with the second half of Pearl.
Red Bull gives you wings.
I'm making it throwback. You making it all back. We always get down, down. You giving that as if. Moving with that Motown. Living life so lavish. I'm kicking it old school. You wish you were so cool. I got that far out. I got that out of sight. I make it groovy, baby. We going all night.
Now, I feel like we're seeing the best of both sides here to an extent, right? I feel like mates were starting to see some more stability in how they're looking. They adapted well. I thought things were starting to go wrong. They recovered. Good timeout. They're back in the game 6-6. The explosivity of EDG, that individual impact online. Now on the side switch, where do you see this starting to tilt towards?
I mean, I'd counter that with that. I don't think we're seeing the best from Kung and CB just yet. An opportunity here in the second half for sure, but again, there's certain situation. Kung, again, the age-old played out of a round, right? Figure out where he is, go somewhere else. And unfortunately, seen CB, yes, find some kills in some of the more unorthodox rounds, but really EDG could have sealed the deal on comfortable site holds in terms of him being the anchor towards A, for example. Just falling short. Curious to see what the approach here for Gentlemates will be on the defense, because like I said, there were so many examples on Haven of straying away from
identity.
some of the comfortable macro that they'd employed back in the EMEA. Pistol round here, posted up deep on Art.
Yeah, double stacked up. Our team, joined by Beepo, and they're in the right place. How long do they hold this? Timing, he just goes walking forward, but still with a reward, he takes the TP out, and Beepo is going to then fall away as well. Next reaction, chain reaction, the walk through from door, back line, going to cause the eyes to turn, as Smoggy tries to make sure they're warded away.
Yeah, catch actually onto Mini, I believe, through the doors, so down to 51 HP. Meanwhile, CB will deal with a trip on B long here. Hasn't pulled a rotation. Still Glyph and Mini comfortable. Maybe reading this. Is a full-on lurk, but the spike's making its way here.
Okay, so 2 players in the smoke currently. That's a really wild position from Glyph. Does manage to catch nobody, but Mini's surely dead. He is. EDG. They've got a pathway forward, and Chichu is in a mad spot as well.
30 seconds left.
He's going to hear all of this, surely. One's coming in. Beepo's close, though. But surely you wait for everyone else. But now the flank's coming in. I see a turn of eyes from Starzo.
Starzo
just
exactly.
Something doesn't feel right. The timing. Starzo just looked away. And Chichu just closing in. step by step. 2 towards heaven, 1 below. The timing's still right. CB, though, with Smoggy, has to keep the attention here, keep the eyes turned, keep them busy for a couple more seconds. As Smoggy just watching for the flank, as Beepo's going to find CB. Where is Chichu in this? Finally gets here. The plant's not exactly ideal to try and defend, but suddenly springs to life and sends 2 to their grave as EDG picking up round 1 in the second half.
Chichu just spends an eternity behind Gentlemates here. Again, initially when Beepo finds the kill, you think Gentlemates are going to find themselves a comfortable, at least half defuse here. Chichu with the first freebie, and then, I mean, Starzo has nothing to do in this situation. After checking so many times. The back of CB and Chichu, a pistol round delivered here for EDG in the second half. Certainly what I want to see from CB to open up the second half here.
Yeah, more of that, please. 4-1 stack. He's hoping someone comes towards him.
Set up here to potentially catch someone, but the dart not revealing anything. I don't think EDG are too interested in a roll of the dice here, considering, as you noted earlier, the round 2 flip is obviously still in the back of their minds.
Good enough to keep you on edge.
Time to jump.
And EDG sending the spike back a little bit. When's the alarm gonna ring now? Now is the alarm. Now is the alarm that we're going B. Mini, do you get 1? Oh my god, Mini, no way. Oh, he's still got 1, hold on. This is not another round 2 flip, is it? It's a 4v3. They don't quite have the spike on the site yet.
Kankang's gonna be so late to this.
Nobody just wants to try and secure the plant, trying to at least keep the site safe, but it's so risky at this point. Spike's on, smokes are up. They can try and get the plant. This feels like it's on a knife's edge here, man. They are so close to this. Mate's gonna try and get involved right about now. Sacrificial Beepo allows for the trade. Kung, Smoggy, can you save the day now? A 1v2, and oh my god, we've been here before.
Monty's holding!
He's watching, shouldering. Kung's got his work cut out now here. Problems to try and overcome. 2 to be precise. Starzo 1, Martin the other, and he's got him dead! Another turnaround in round 2.
Again, the numbers favoring Mates a little better here in terms of a retake with a very late lurk from Kung. Able to maintain composure. You get a crucial catch from Glyph there. EDG just scrambling to hold down to this post plant. The bait and switch is perfect from Mates. Another round 2 fumble. Put the scoreline at 7-7, and Mates, I gotta say it, back in the driving seat.
These are mentality killers, those sort of losses, those sort of fumbles. EDG gonna have to try and course correct, oh! Okay, you get 1 of those. Oh, you'll get a couple more of those. There is no access over here. A site is staying Mates'. Smoggy and Chichu. I don't think you got much to say about the matter.
Chichu still looking to do damage here. Rifle in hand for him. But with Glyph finding Smoggy here. Spike secured, and Martin nearly snapping on it. He did actually connect. Well, yeah, 30 HP on Chichu.
What did he see? Give me that. Andy, if you're there, slow-mo that. What did he see? Because I didn't see it, but I'm also old. Chichu, 30 HP. I think it's time to bow out of this round if you can. Good luck. Time to have a talk, potentially, because I think we kind of noted it in G, just that previous round. The issue is that EDG have got to be kicking themselves in some way, shape, or form. The amount of rounds that they'll lose to maybe an E-code upside or not checking a corner here or there, these small little errors, they've got to weigh heavy.
30 seconds
Again,
left.
situation where you're seeing Kung lurking
I
on the
don't
round
like
2
that.
with the Bulldog.
Yep.
It's a little bizarre. Certainly with the sort of player he is. Really want him to be taking the fight to Gentlemates. Again,
10
Ryder offers an
seconds left.
anomaly.
Yep.
Chichu obviously, well, still fairly comfortable here. CB's struggling financially. across the side of EDG, but already seeing him trying to create some sort of pressure towards B in these attacking rounds.
Is everyone's tech still working? Double check.
Certainly an opportunity for EDG to explore the map in this round now. A little bit of a better understanding. Basically he's walking into the blender here, the flash not even catching.
Spike down.
Man, he's quick. Oof. Now, 7-8. No timeouts, nothing yet. Happy enough to roll the dice on this one. Stinger in hand, though, for nobody. You noted there was a little bit of a gap in some of the finances. Posted up down B long. Do have that outlaw with Martin. A lot of big shields, though, so not going to have quite the same efficacy. Well, unless he lands a shot. Not going to happen. CB going to power forward with 10 HP. Power forward nevertheless.
A mini here with a setup to play around. EDG not looking to leapfrog off the back of that. Now, Starzo caught, just drifting. Chichu will punish, but Ibu. Now, again, big information for EDG, showing to the alarm bot here as well. Still poised outside B.
He has been good, but how much play do you get in this corner? I'm not thinking a great deal. Utility starting to be cleared. Still has a bit to play with. Now drone going to come through, and there he is. And he's still got two! Mini holding the line, making something out of what felt like nothing. And this is where you're getting frustrated with that utility. It showed it, the scaling, the timing, a little bit off.
Chichu now making moves, but now mate's got a comfortable period of time here to check their backs. Nobody just trying to posture up here. Puff in the chest, and Chichu will strike.
How is Chichu getting away with this, though? Down to a 2v2. Thankfully, Mini's still alive.
I mean, just bizarre timing here. The drone comes through, and everyone's peeking with it.
Yep.
It's not even cleared some of the crucial angles here. I was curious if Glyph was going to be able to deal with it and put Mini in a position to maybe find one, but
One would be great. I didn't expect two and then stay alive till the end.
the scaling is just bizarre here from EDG. And Mini will absolutely take that every day of the week. Will force a timeout here from EDG.
Oh, you can see the surprise on Martin's face there.
Ultimates available here for EDG, but we already noted the finances almost strung out here. Looking like just pistols and a rifle here once more for Chichu. Ultimates wise for Gentlemate, certainly something to consider.
And I just feel like this is the frustration, though, because for EDG, you may have the best made plans in the world, but if you're fumbling the fundamentals, what are you meant to fix? You know what I mean? Like, you're not even getting to that point yet. This is what worries me a little bit. 3 in a row now for mates, though. Alt's starting to look pretty good. Starting to get that building. 2 away from Martins. They've got the divide ready as well. On the other side, divide's there as the CBs. But the purchase not behind it, Mike. I mean, I get a bit nervous with these sort of little errors, right? We've seen that round 2 flip. We've seen this now happen. We've seen the corners not getting checked. And these are rounds you're losing that then spiral into this financial scenario.
They certainly got a test here in terms of, we were talking about diligence earlier on.
Yeah.
Have to keep this as clean as possible to find double digits and also force EDG into the danger zone.
Oh my God. Chichu's the one with the rifle. He is here. That turret, I don't think is going to spot them. Yeah, they have no idea. Chichu's going to take away Beepo. This is now going to get deadly. EDG! Turret this around on its head! And Glyph is looking like he wants to evacuate.
Let's go forwards here in the anti-eco. Again, situations we saw on Haven giving them these engagements that you don't want to give EDG. Pride will go up there. Martin actually gets ahead of it. Nobody will fall. The flash out's perfect!
Look at Audacious now. They're trying to fight back in this mini. Still around backside. Still trying to work his way through. Divide now dropped. They're trying to clear back on this.
Well, no plant while the divide's up.
Yeah. This all gets a bit sketchy. Glyph dives back in. It's all on CB in a 1v2. He's got to be the hero with 18 HP and Martin sitting pretty. time on his side. CB's got to make the moves. He's got to get the spike, plant the spike. He's got so much work in front of him.
Our team playing this to perfection here might be rewarded. Will do. Shuts down CB.
How have they saved that round?
It's just wild. Another situation. The disadvantage created early on. And mates just sweep the site. A crucial kill from Martin. Like I said, not getting the plant during this divide on effectively an eco round, right?
Felt like a lost round at that point. But again, Glyph, though, so present as well. Martin denies it. Glyph then plays off the pillar. Really nice to see. Making up for what could have been a real heartbreaker.
Let's go.
They're starting to feel it now. Something tangible about these rounds. Hello, you're pushing Spawn! Yeah, turn the screws, make it hurt! Make this stage your own! As Kung, Nobody, and Smoggy have to try and fight their way forward, and they've had some issues with the scaling on B. They've had some problems with the utility. Meaning this time now armed with something a little bit different, but Martin, death from above, gives Kung a quick grave as Nobody and Smoggy call it quits. It's above a minute still.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be so awkward if they can't hold on. Again, the buy is not going to be there. Kung won away from Ultimate. Chichu got the lockdown, but not necessarily things that are going to heavily offset the purchase itself. Mate's sitting so pretty in terms of this old cycle as well. Just missing 1 point from Beepo. A beautiful pace change here to catch Chichu as well. You can see the confidence to dig that deep outside A after not feeling much pressure, and EDG just throwing out another B-side execute that's feels a little mismanaged on the way in.
30 seconds left.
And these seconds feel like a lifetime here for them as well, just kind of sitting with it, right? You're starting to go, okay, that's 11. They've got a good buy. They've got basically every single ult known to man. And we don't have a solution. We've hit a brick wall that we can't seem to get around, get over, or get through. What are we meant to do at this point? And I feel like they haven't had the bailouts that they've had before of Kung or CB. CB's been fine. Everyone's been fine, but fine's not good enough when everything else isn't working. I think EDG are going to watch this one back in several rounds and be kicking themselves.
You got to expect, especially in this next round, for them to try and find one of these orbs. You're not going to want to see 3, potentially 4 weapons brought in here. It just doesn't feel feasible. I mean, looking at where the buy is going to settle. There'll be Nobody and Chichu with pistols potentially, unless I'm missing something on the floor somewhere. Kung will be holding on to a Guardian. Late timeout called here from EDG because lots to consider.
Well, it feels like it's the linchpin of the rest of the game, right? It was a really late timeout as well. Maybe considering which ults to invest towards, how they want to try and build around this very fragile purchase that has a couple of heavy hitters, sure, but they've been struggling in the full buys. So where do we go? Do we go back to that choreographed B hit that seemed a bit out of step? Have we figured out what A even looks like? I feel like they haven't probed that deep towards it yet or had too much success.
No, mates are ready now. You can only see on the mini-map, just as we come out of this timeout, Mini's already anticipating an A-side hit. He's already moving across to that side of the map, so
yeah,
it would be treacherous if EDG decide to shift the tempo slightly towards A. And again, it would be the response you'd expect after Beepo punishing Chichu there. Again, another example of Mace just reading the map really well.
And this is what I want to put towards Starzo. He's having a quiet game numerically, 6-10, but his work on the fade is normally very solid.
He's working overtime right now in terms of calling.
Correct, and you absolutely let him take that. If you've got Glyph having a great performance as well, who's kind of been the, I don't say the unsung hero, because I don't think he's quite that, but he's not going to be your headline star on this roster, but right now he's having great performances. Now we go back through. Starzo on the operator, a little curious, but also somewhat maybe subverting expectations.
Again, there is presence here for EDG. Gentlemates, the anticipation, the read is correct. Like I said, Mini moving his setup here is what's most indicative.
So telling, isn't it?
I must wait a moment.
They will be splitting the site though, so mates aren't going to have a comfy fight one way or the other.
No, and you can feel how heavy these steps are landing towards site. It doesn't feel comfortable. The information's there, the utility's there, the bodies are there, but they're getting no breakthrough. Chicha wants to put the ult down, give him maybe a way to work in, but this is not ideal. And look at Mini. Oh, speak about confidence. This man is audacious in how they're working this. Zero fear, zero respect, and 0 kills for EDG. Smoggy, what are you meant to do? Try and run and hide? That's the best you're gonna hope for here. With 4 players holding this corner. He's giving it a go, Mike, but 25 seconds?
God, so many angles to worry about here. Again, mates have the money to throw in. Martin with a 3K to find number 12. And your eyes are drawn back to the bankroll here of EDG. Hunter's Fury available for nobody, and we're talking about Kung's ultimate as well previously. The lockdown just nets them. Well, it's net 0 basically. They have a comfortable position
Sky, let's go one more.
all the way behind A site, and EDG barely scratching the surface here. Look at that string of rounds now. Got a pace here from Kung, but fortunately, Beepo posted up deep with an op now.
And they're starting to get more and more in their face, being a little bit trickier, taking more risks. Beepo going deeper, pinning Kung to the ground as Martin gonna find another. It's looking all too simple, all too easy.
This default is just spread so wide, there's no contingency if they don't win these opening duels. CB now trying to find something back into art as nobody considering double doors. Chichu, again, trying to posture up a little bit towards B, but there's going to be no threat behind this. Look at the hold on A that they'll be walking into.
God, it's a chokehold. You just can't go there. But B feels fraught with danger as well. Nothing feeling simple. The map feeling small and inaccessible. EDG have to pick their poison.
Really happy to sit back on. We talked about the combo between Glyph and Martin here. We Glyph to just wait out this plant. Happy to do so. This is rehearsed. It's drilled from Gentlemates. They've got the bodies to back it up.
Nobody has Hunter's Fury, but what are you meant to do with it there? CB standing guard, shouldering this up if he can. Nobody trying to support him. Ult's now coming down. CB looking for an easier target and finding nothing. It's Mini Martin to shut this down. Holding their own under the bright lights in Santiago. Gentlemates crush EDG.
A massive win here to open up their run against big names on this stage. For me, a highlight performance from Glyph in this second map.